Nigerian youth, make una no ever forgive Seun Kuti. I repeat one more time. All Nigerian youth, make una no ever forgive Seun Kuti, because Seun Kuti is a betrayer. He betrayed VeryDarkMan. I talk about Seun Kuti. Why Nigerians we supposed to consider a way to forgive the issues of wetin happen with Seun Kuti, not because he deserve it, but because we are humans and we can make mistake, and we have to be able to consider certain things about certain individuals to ask ourselves if we can refix certain relationship that we have built with time. But a lot of people say no. Even for me to beg for Seun Kuti, for me to talk say, oh, let Nigerians forgive Seun Kuti, that means say I don't know wetin I dey talk. So I beg you all, make una no forgive Seun Kuti. That in show where he say he won't do, make nobody attend the show. But I want every Nigerians to remember this in their mind, that the VDM where we dey rally around, VeryDarkMan where we dey support today, if it was not for people like Fela Kuti, if it was not somebody like Seun Kuti, if it was not somebody like Femi Kuti, or all kinds of activists we have had in the past who have confidently fought for this country, if not for people like Showore, VDM would not be anybody that we all will rally around and show him the support we are showing him today. Some of you will say no, a Messiah is definitely going to come. The question is, who trained your Messiah? Even Jesus, he went to Egypt to study. He went to synagogue to study. He went to Tibet to study. He went to India to learn about meditation practices. And I know for those who have already studied the 68th book of the Bible, you guys would not know what I'm talking. I'm talking about the lost book of the Bible. I'm talking deeper, apart from the Bible where the Europeans don't compile, give us. No be that one I talk about. I talk of the ones we passed that one. In a nutshell, no Messiah come without being trained by certain individuals. And if you want to go back to Moses, people trained Moses. And that's why Moses knew this was his people. But let us take a step back and ask ourselves, who is Seun Kuti in this time at which we live in? We don't recognize Seun Kuti based off his music, because me I go talk about for a fact. I don't know how many songs Seun Kuti does sing where I sabi sing, but I know the song of Femi Kuti, and I know the song of Baba Fela. Majority of the music where I get from my phone as I did like this till this age is the song of Baba Fela. But if we would have to focus on the situations of what Seun Kuti actually did in the case of Femi Falana, one of the things we can look at is like, what did he actually do that make him an offender to the Nigerian society? People agitated that Seun Kuti was supposed to speak, since he was the one who uploaded and say, oh, VeryDarkMan, play this audio to the world. But as VeryDarkMan played the audio to the world, and he can't get clash with the Falana, then he can't retract his statement, he no can support VeryDarkMan. I believe what Seun Kuti did was bad. It's like you throw somebody under the bus. It's like he actually intended for these things to be leaked out, but when he saw that it's going to affect his relationship with Femi Falana, he decided not to choose side. He decided to withdraw himself. And in fact, he made a statement. He said, nothing where I won't talk, where VDM go even listen to me. VDM is the man of his own. But make I put him, I don't want to be defensive on the aspect of Seun Kuti, but I want us to look at it logically. The kind of person where we know VDM to be. Even if Seun Kuti has said VeryDarkMan no play him simply because Faz the bad guy and Femi Falana they inside that particular audio file. One day, VeryDarkMan a person where he no like to hide bad thing. VeryDarkMan would have come out to the public one time and say, I want to expose this thing. Seun Kuti asked me not to expose it. In fact, we even play it. But when I talk him, Seun Kuti say make I no play. So that means you where you they say make we protect, or make we change things based off justice. Now you still they try to protect when you hear the name of your people. But focusing on the aspect of Seun Kuti, what Seun Kuti did was terrible. But make we ask ourselves questions. Certain individuals in life would always have what we call privilege. Maybe we agree with it or not. As I dey follow na talk, I never in my life ever talk to Seun Kuti. I no get Seun Kuti number. I don't know where in they live. I have never attended any shrine celebration or whatever, Baba Fela celebration or whatever. But I'm like, Nigerians, when would we learn to consider or reconsider or look at certain things and learn to move forward? Okay, there's a reason why I support the idea of people not going for Falz the Bad Guy show, and I spoke about it. And the reason is simple. We all were warning Falz the Bad Guy that this situation is not going to end well. Initially, I was supporting the Falz. I was like, VDM, you need to apologize to Falz the Bad Guys and Femi Falana. But after he made that statement, like, I apologize in one way, I never intend to defame your name, and then they are still looking for a special kind of apology, I felt like these youths of today, we are not ready to apologize, and you expect us to prostrate on the floor or write newspaper for you. In fact, in the end, I had to start with contributions and all of that. And so, I saw also for the fact that they kept on suing VDM for 500 million, and I've stated it before, even if they win VDM, I would definitely give VDM 1 million naira inside the suit. But when Seun Kuti matter happened, I said, why should we go after Seun Kuti? Seun Kuti did not go after VDM. He wasn't doing anything to destroy the career of VDM. He tried to remove himself from a situation that has to do with a friend and has to do with relationship. That is a very tight spot. But sometimes whenever we act as Nigerians, we are so quick to judge people. We do not consider ourselves in those situations. And some of us will say, oh, even if now our mama, we go do this and all of that. I've heard VeryDarkMan also make statements like that. If this thing happen, even if now my mommy, I go do am. Now lie. African children love their mother so much. He cannot do it. If his mom did something wrong, he cannot throw his mother under the bus. Or you believe VDM never see people for a family where go say, this person don't do something, make you talk about that person publicly. He would not do it. It's just the expression of himself, like, I am willing to go to any level for justice. The same way my wife or my family no go do something, I go just throw them out publicly. If we are sane as a people, the first thing you have to show is to learn to protect your family first. That is where the foundation of you as a person comes from. But Seun Kuti is not in a race to chase or to destroy VeryDarkMan. If Seun Kuti was in a race to destroy VeryDarkMan, I would have said, yes, Nigerians, we have to go against Seun Kuti also. This Seun Kuti, I never even know, see me, I don't blast Seun Kuti in many of my previous videos. If you go to my YouTube channel and you check part of the video where I'd already made. But Seun Kuti, certain things Seun Kuti does not understand also is the way, manner and approach he used in speaking to his people. I know say Seun Kuti never sabi that one. When Baba Fela was alive, Baba Fela never said anything wrong about his people. Regardless, Baba Fela will point out to the fears of his people, to the things that his people are not doing right. Like when he sing his song where he say, my people self, they fear too much. They fear for the things we not see. He is going to analyze the fears, but he take his stand that he's going to fight for his people. In fact, he will call certain politicians animal in human skin for saying that Nigerians, my people are useless, my people are senseless, my people are indisciplined. Now Nigerian government, yo, that they talk be that. Which kind talk be that, yo? Now animal talk be that, yo? Seun Kuti, when you are speaking to Nigerians, you speak in a disrespectful way simply because they are not bowing to every single word you say, because they don't honor every single word you say. Humans would not always agree with you. No matter, even as I speak English, I try to mind my language, and that's the reason why I most times focus on speaking English to the people. Basically because I understand also that at the moment it has become the general language of the people. But a lot of people will still disagree with me, some people will insult and all of that. You need to understand, if you want to stay in a position of public speaking, if you want to stay in the position of leadership, then you need to understand that all your audience are not going to think in the same way. So some people are coming up with the point like, even when you were addressing the issue with VDM, you were insulting the people. That, I feel, Seun Kuti did something wrong. And I also believe that Seun Kuti is supposed to apologize to Nigerians. But here is what I think. I also feel that we shouldn't quickly come to conclusions as Nigerians that whenever people do things that are just minor, because we understand that our unity with certain individuals will make them go far in life, and we deviating from them is going to more or less wreck their careers. Let us not see that as an elastic or of a way whereby we want to make it our lifestyle, because those who tend to be maybe in a celebrity status, he's not a celebrity, he's just a person, an activist. Let's not take that as an elastic of how we start reacting towards everybody the moment they don't do things that align with us. Person will not do good today if you do good tomorrow. And we need to be cognizant of that. Many people will say, oh, the voices of the people is enough to support VDM. Let's not make VDM become a masquerade to all the old influencers, because only VDM cannot do this alone. It needs allies. It needs people who will give him wisdom. It needs people who he can also listen to. It needs people who can communicate to a certain level with him. Yes, I see the generosity of Don Jazzy, and I feel Don Jazzy did what was right for the right cause. But most other superstars, they will be afraid of aligning themselves with VDM. See, we understand that VDM will speak the truth, and that is the privilege, and we should be happy for that kind of stuff, or for that persona that he has. But we also need to realize that regardless of we as the people supporting VDM, VDM also needs certain individuals who can always give him certain information, certain influence, certain connections, and the rest of it. If he turn against every single one of them, or if we make him become a masquerade that all the other influencers are scared of him simply because it's either VDM or we destroy you. Now, do we think, let's even ask ourselves this question, how far do we think he's going to be able to go? So in a nutshell, looking at the situations of Seun Kuti, when we look at the story of his father, the grandmother died because of Femi Kuti's music when he was abusing soldiers, and they called her zombie, and they threw her from the window. She didn't die immediately, but that was part of the result to her death. We need to also realize a lot of things, what this man and the people, the singers, what they've been through. And we need this. They always say something. His father is a legend, and he's been respectful. I think Nigerians, we need to learn to caution people even before we take action. First, the bad guy. Nigeria cautioned him very well, but he insisted, and that is why he received the kind of backlash, which I 100% am in back of the fans of VDM, and I think that they even deserve more. God forgive me for what I say. And when I use deserve more, not like destruction, what I mean is like until they change their stance and think, because they think they are superior and other Nigerian citizens are inferior simply because of their senior advocate of Nigeria. That is where I feel like if you consider Nigerians to be inferior, then you might be having a situation. But when it comes to Seun Kuti, I think that Seun Kuti is trying to do things with the people. And let's not use because of the little mistake he make. Maybe it's big for us. Maybe we all cannot align ourselves with some of the things, or we might see it as a very big offense. And rightfully, we might feel that way. But we need to also understand that his intentions is to work with the youth also to see us move forward to the next place. Let's not believe on one thing, that VDM is the Messiah that will resolve everything. He will try his best, but how far can he go? For those people who think VDM would never get tired, for those people who feel VDM would always have the strength to move on, sometimes VDM need a shoulder he can lean on. Let's not take every shoulder that he could lean on and throw them away simply because they make little mistake. Let us understand that our hero self go tire. And hopefully when he tire, nobody we self go carry rock, start to the stone am, the way they want to take stone Moses. Nigerians, we need to be better people. We need to have something like empathy. We need to learn to reflect on certain past. We need to learn as Nigerians to be able to be conclusive in a way whereby we actually reason deeper before we come into conclusion. Not that we just come into conclusion based on our emotion. This is what we are doing that is wrong, and it's not going to let us move forward in life if we continue in this path. I am not better than anyone. Even if Seun Kuti, even if everybody they go in show, I never go in show before. I don't have any intentions to go to show. I don't have any intention to see him and know him. But I think that at some point is informing us on few things that are aligning and are opening our eyes in an educative form. VDM might speak, VDM might be able to speak and be more of someone who takes action. But we also need people who can educate and inform us on certain aspects of things, on how to think as people. Let Nigerian youth, in my opinion, make we learn to be patient. Heroes are humans, and heroes have their own flaws. Everybody in every Western culture wants to align themselves now with Nigerians simply because we always build. A lot of people on social media, their account is successful. All this Oyinbo, their account is successful because they speak good things about Nigeria. and they understand that Nigerians are learning to unify themselves. Let's not create that identity of ours that is like a little thing Nigerians are going to destroy. Yes, we have the ability to, but doesn't mean because we have the power we need to exercise on it in every single offense or mistake that somebody else make. And that's just my message. So if you consider that Seun Kuti does not deserve to be forgiven, that's on you. In my own as a man, I would not hold what Seun Kuti did and think that it deserves to be destroyed. If it gets to a situation where I have to support Seun Kuti in my life, I will. And if you think he doesn't deserve, you have the right to. But my own call here is let's try to always reflect before we make final decisions. That's all.
When you are revolutionary and you talk the truth, people will come and slap you down. Then you talk the truth again, they'll lock you in jail. They never hear anything at all. Then go hear pansa pansa. When you are revolutionary and you talk the truth, people will come and slap you down. Then you talk the truth again, they'll lock you in jail. They never hear anything at all. Then go hear pansa pansa.